All India Radio presents Morning News. Good morning, I'm Abhishek Mukhopadhyay and with me is Sarabjit Kaur. The headlines. Nation celebrates 72nd Republic Day today to showcase its military might and cultural diversity at Rajpath in the national capital. Padma Awards announced for 119 people. Playback singer S.P. Balasubramaniam gets Padma Vibhushan and former Union Minister Ram Vilas Paswan Padma Bhushan posthumously. Former Japanese Prime Minister Shinzo Abe selected for Padma Vibhushan. Government announces 455 gallantry awards and defence decorations. Galwan Valley hero Colonel Santosh Babu gets Mahavir Chakra posthumously. Prime Minister Narendra Modi says climate adaptation is more important today than ever before, and Bharat Parv, celebrating the spirit of India, opens this evening on a virtual platform. As the nation fights the COVID-19 pandemic, we begin with a message of precaution to stay safe and protected by following these three simple steps. Wear a face mask, maintain 2 gaz ki duri for social distancing, focus on hand and face hygiene. Now the news. The nation celebrates its 72nd Republic Day today. The main function will be held at Rajpath in the national capital, where President Ram Nath Kovind will take the salute of the parade. The Republic Day parade ceremony will commence with Prime Minister Narendra Modi visiting the National War Memorial. He will lead the nation in paying solemn tributes to the fallen heroes by laying a wreath. The national flag will be unfurled, followed by the national anthem with a booming 21-gun salute. The parade will commence with President Ram Nath Kovind taking the salute. This time, due to the COVID-19 pandemic, the parade route has been shortened. The parade will begin from Vijay Chowk as usual, but will culminate at the National Stadium instead of ending at the Red Fort. Only around 25,000 spectators will be allowed to witness the parade as compared to the average of 1.15 lakh people every year. Children below 15 years and the elderly with comorbidities will not be permitted. This year, there will be no chief guest from foreign country due to the pandemic. The event will be held following all necessary COVID-19 preventive protocols. More from a correspondent.
India's military might, cultural diversity, social and economic progress will be on display during the 72nd Republic Day celebrations at the majestic Rajpath. 32 tableaus, 17 from states and union territories, 9 from various ministries or departments and paramilitary forces and 6 from Ministry of Defence will roll down the Rajpath. Some of the highlights of the tableaus are vision for carbon net neutral Ladakh, Sun Temple of Modhera, Gujarat, tea tribes of Assam, splendorous sounds of Chhattisgarh's folk music, choir of Kerala, Digital Bharat, 4 Labour Code, Atmanirbhar Bharat Abhiyan, New India, Vocal for Local, CRPF and BRO. School children will perform Bajasal dance of Odisha, Tamil Nadu folk dance and theme dances on Hum Fit to India Fit and Atmanirbhar Bharat. Indigenously developed main battle tank of the Indian Army, T-90 Vishma, Infantry Combat Vehicle PMP-2, BrahMos weapon system, Pinaka Bridge, laying tanks T-72, Sambijay, electronic warfare system will be the main attraction in the mechanized columns. Naval tableau titled Swarnim Vijay Burst will showcase the Indian Navy's attack on Karachi Harbour in 1971. The Air Force tableau will showcase scaled-down models of light combat aircraft, light combat helicopter, Sukhoi 30, Mk-1 aircraft and Rohini radar. The 122-member proud contingent of the Bangladesh Armed Forces, comprising of soldiers of Bangladesh Army, sailors of Bangladesh Navy and air warriors of the Bangladesh Air Force will lead the contingent march on the Rajpath. The grand event will culminate with Rafale aircraft flying at a speed of 900 km per hour, carrying out a vertical Charlie. With Anand Kumar, Anupam Mishra from Rajpath, AR News, Delhi.
Prime Minister Narendra Modi has greeted the people on the occasion of Republic Day. Defence Minister Rajnath Singh and Home Minister Amit Shah have also greeted the citizens on the occasion. Home Minister said that Republic Day is a symbol of India's multicolored diversity and rich cultural heritage. In a tweet, Mr. Shah remembered all the great personalities due to whose struggle the Constitution came into effect on this day in 1950. He saluted the brave men who have protected the Indian Republic with valor.
British Prime Minister Boris Johnson has greeted people of India on the occasion of Republic Day. In a video message, he said the UK and India are working side by side to free humanity from the coronavirus pandemic. Mr. Johnson was due to be in New Delhi as the chief guest at the Republic Day parade, but had to call off the visit following the outbreak of a new deadlier variant of coronavirus in the UK. In his message, UK PM reiterated his plan to visit India in the coming months. Mr. Johnson said the two countries are working side by side to develop, produce and distribute vaccines that will help to free humanity from the pandemic. He said because of combined efforts of Britain, India and many other nations, we are on the road to success against COVID.
All India Radio Delhi will broadcast running commentary on the Republic Day parade and cultural pageant in Hindi and English simultaneously. It can be heard from 9:15 a.m. on all FM Rainbow and FM Gold channels and additional frequencies. This broadcast will also be available on AIR Live News 24/7 and Akashvani AIR YouTube channels.
Delhi Police has made elaborate traffic arrangements and restrictions for smooth conduct of the Republic Day parade. No traffic will be allowed on Vijay Chowk till the parade is over. No cross traffic will be allowed on Rajpath intersections at Rafi Marg, Janpath, Mansingh Road till the parade is over. C Hexagon India Gate will also be closed for traffic till Tableau crosses Tilak Marg. Traffic on Tilak Marg, Bahadur Shah Zafar Marg and Subhash Marg will not be allowed in both carriageways. Road users have been advised to plan their journey in advance and avoid the route of parade and Tableau till 12:30 p.m. for their own convenience. Delhi Metro service will be partially regulated on select metro stations today in view of the Republic Day parade. Services on Huda City Centre to Samaypur Badli will be partially regulated with entry and exit at Central Secretariat and Udyog Bhavan metro stations remaining closed till 12 noon. Central Secretariat station will only be used for interchange of passengers between Line 2 and Line 6. Entry and exit at Patel Chowk and Lok Kalyan Marg metro stations will also remain closed from 8:45 a.m. to 12 noon. All metro parking lots will also remain closed till 2 p.m.
Government has announced Padma Awards on the occasion of Republic Day. 7 persons will get Padma Vibhushan. They include former Japan Prime Minister Shinzo Abe, sculptor Sudarshan Sahu, and Islamic scholar Maulana Wahiduddin Khan. Eminent singer late S.P. Balasubramaniam will be awarded the second highest civilian award posthumously. 10 persons will get Padma Bhushan. They include former Lok Sabha Speaker Sumitra Mahajan, singer K.S. Chitra, prominent poet Chandrasekhar Kambar, and retired civil servant Nripendra Mishra. Former Gujarat Chief Minister late Keshav Bhai Patel, former Assam Chief Minister late Tarun Gogoi, and former Union Minister late Ram Vilas Paswan will be honoured with the Padma Bhushan posthumously. 102 persons will get Padma Shri. They include social worker Sindhu Tai Sabkal, musician Bombay Jayashri, British film director Peter Brook, and Greek Indologist Nicholas Kazanas. Former Governor of Goa late Mridula Sinha, Spanish Indian Jesuit priest and author late Father Valles will be given the award posthumously. The list includes many unsung heroes of the country. Prime Minister Narendra Modi has congratulated the Padma Award winners. In a tweet, he said, "We are proud of all those who have been selected for Padma Awards." Mr. Modi said, "India cherishes the contribution to the nation and humanity at large."
7 persons across different fields have been nominated for the Padma Awards from West Bengal. Our Kolkata correspondent filed this report.
From Arjuna awardee table tennis player Mohammad Ash to nonagenarian comic artist, writer and illustrator Narayan Devnath, from educationalist Sujit Chattopadhyay, Jagadish Chandra Haldar and Dharma Narayan Burma to the traditional sari weaver of Fulia, Biren Kumar Bosak, and the social worker Guruma Kamali Soren. Government of India have recognized their contribution and honored them with the highest civilian award, the Padma Puraskar. The awardees as well as the people of Bengal have welcomed the decision. Educationalist Sujit Chattopadhyay got retired 17 years ago and since then has been running Sadai Fakirer Pathshala at Ausgram Uttar Ramnagar village of Purbo Bardhaman district. He teaches more than 350 students against a fee of only 2 rupees per year. On the other hand, the reference of 98-year-old artist Narayan Devnath turns Bengalis nostalgic as his immortal cartoon characters like Hada Bhoda, Batul the Great, Nonte Fonte is associated with their childhood. childhood. Mouma Dash is the first table tennis player from Bengal to have received the Padma Shri award.
सेंट्रल गवर्नमेंट से फोन आया था, उन लोगों ने बोला यू आर सिलेक्टेड फॉर दिस अवार्ड, तो मुझे बहुत अच्छा लगा। टेबल टेनिस के लिए बहुत बड़ी न्यूज है। और अभी जो लास्ट ईयर का सिचुएशन था, पूरा पैंडेमिक चला, तो कोई भी टूर्नामेंट्स नहीं हुआ। सीजन शुरू होने वाला है, ये अवार्ड मुझे बहुत मोटिवेट करेगा देश के लिए और भी मेडल लाने के लिए।
Mouma dedicated the award to her 1-year-old baby girl Aditri with Tanushree Bandopadhyay and Orijit Datta. This is Madhuparna Dhaur Choudhury for AIR News, Kolkata.
In Ladakh, Sultrim Chonjor, fondly known as Meme Chonjor, is selected for Padma Shri Award for his social work for this year. A report from our Kargil correspondent.
Meme Chonjor is known as Manji of Zanskar in Kargil district for his contribution in construction of a road from Zanskar Sumdo to Kargil Lunak with his own expenses and with little donation and contribution from volunteers has been recognized by the government. While talking to AIR News over phone from Padum Zanskar, the 75-year-old Chonjor said,
तो हमको तो ठीक ही खुशी है, मगर इतना खुशी नहीं है क्योंकि ना लूना दिन जो है अभी कुछ होना है। हमारा टर्की लूना से शुरू होगा, वहाँ जमीन पे है, पानी पे है, खाद पे है, मगर वो जो है ना नाला शहर, वो जो है ना नाला वहाँ लेने का लेना, जब वैसा नहीं था तो वो हो जाएगा। कोई आलू शलू या मटर में 3, 4, 5, 6 लाख कमाई हो गया बोलने से, तब हमको इतना खुशी होगा, इतना खुशी होगा।
For AIR News, Anad Ali from Kargil, Union Territory of Ladakh.
Bangladesh Liberation War fighter Lieutenant Colonel retired Qazi Sajjad Ali Zahir and well-known musicologist, Rabindra Sangeet exponent and academic Sanjita Khatun from Bangladesh have been selected for Padma Shri Award this year. Lieutenant Colonel Qazi Sajjad Ali Zahir has been awarded Padma Shri for his contribution in the field of public affairs. Lieutenant Colonel Zahir is a veteran of the 1971 Liberation War of Bangladesh. He deserted the Pakistan army and crossed over to India to fight the Liberation War of Bangladesh. Sanjita Khatun is a renowned cultural figure of Bangladesh. She is an eminent Rabindra Sangeet exponent and musicologist. She played a prominent role in organizing artists of the then East Pakistan during the Bangladesh Liberation War of 1971. President has approved awards of 455 gallantry and other defense decorations to the armed forces personnel and others. These include 1 Mahavir Chakra, 5 Kirti Chakras, 5 Veer Chakras, 7 Shaurya Chakras, 4 Bard to Sena medals, 130 Sena medals, 1 Nau Sena medal, 4 Vayu Sena medal, 30 Param Vishisht Seva medal, 4 Uttam Yudh Seva medal, 51 Ati Vishisht Seva medal, and 11 Youth Seva medal. The awards also include Sena, Nau Sena, Vayu Sena and Vishisht Seva medals in devotion to duty category. Several COVID warriors have also been awarded in devotion to duty category. Colonel B. Santosh Babu, the commanding officer of 16 Bihar Regiment, who lost his life during the Galwan Valley clash last year, will be posthumously awarded with Mahavir Chakra. Subedar Sanjeev Kumar of the 4th Battalion Parachute Regiment, CRPF Inspector Pintu Kumar Singh, CRPF Head Constable Sham Narayan Singh Yadav, CRPF Constable Vinod Kumar will be posthumously awarded with Kirti Chakra. Deputy Commandant CRPF Rahul Mathur will be awarded Kirti Chakra. Naib Subedar Nuduram Soren, Havaldar K. Palani, Naik Deepak Singh and Sipoy Gurtej Singh will be awarded Veer Chakra posthumously. Havaldar Tejinder Singh of the 3 Medium Regiment will be awarded Veer Chakra.
Recognizing the outstanding contribution in the service of nation, 1 NIA official has been awarded the President's Police Medal for distinguished service and 5 NIA officials have been awarded Police Medal for meritorious service. Vinod Kumar KS, Head Constable of NIA, has been awarded the President's Police Medal for distinguished service. Sonia Narang, the then DIG of NIA, presently Additional Director ED, Rajesh TV, Deputy Superintendent NIA Hyderabad, Tapan Kumar Ghosh, Assistant NIA Kolkata, P.K. Uttman, Assistant Sub-Inspector NIA Delhi and Mahesh Kumar Yadav, Head Constable NIA Lucknow have been awarded the Police Medal for meritorious service. You are listening to the morning news on All India Radio. A reminder of the headlines before we move on. Nation celebrates 72nd Republic Day today to showcase its military might and cultural diversity at Rajpath in national capital. Padma Awards announced for 119 people. Playback singer S.P. Balasubramaniam gets Padma Vibhushan, former Union Minister Ram Vilas Paswan Padma Bhushan posthumously, former Japanese Prime Minister Shinzo Abe selected for Padma Vibhushan. Government announces 455 gallantry awards and defence decorations. Galwan Valley hero Colonel Santosh Babu gets Mahavir Chakra posthumously. Prime Minister Narendra Modi says climate adaptation is more important today than ever before, and Bharat Parv, celebrating the spirit of India, opens this evening on a virtual platform. For quick news updates round the clock, follow us on our Twitter handle at AIR News Alerts.
President Ramnath Kovind, in his address to the nation on the eve of Republic Day, said India is moving forward in taking its rightful place in the world. In the recent years, its arc of influence has been expanding and encompassing the larger part of the world. The President said despite the serious calamity, India has succeeded in taking forward its activities in many spheres. He said India has taken great strides in several sectors and economic reforms have continued apace. He said it has been supplemented by long-pending reforms in areas of labour and agriculture through legislation.
Despite adversities of nature, numerous other challenges and the COVID-19 pandemic, our farmers sustained the agricultural production. A grateful nation is fully committed to the welfare of our farmers.
Mr. Kovind said just as the hard-working farmers ensure food security for the country, the brave soldiers of the armed forces ensure security of the national boundaries amid severest conditions.
From the freezing cold at Siachen and Galwan Valley in Ladakh, with temperatures as low as -50 to 60 degrees Celsius, to the scorching heat in Jaisalmer with temperatures as high as 50 degrees Celsius on land, in the skies, and at the vast coastal areas, our warriors are vigilant every moment. Every citizen feels proud about the bravery, patriotism, and the spirit of sacrifice among our soldiers.
Hailing the scientist fraternity, the President said they have strengthened the national endeavours by their contribution to food security, national security, protection against disease and disasters, and to different areas of development. The President said for all of us, this is the day to pause and ponder over the core values that the Constitution propounds. These values, justice, liberty, equality and fraternity, outlined in the preamble of a Constitution, are sacred to all of us. He said they are perennial principles of a philosophy of life.
For all of us, then, this is the day to also pause and ponder over the core values that the Constitution propounds. These values, justice, liberty, equality and fraternity, outlined in the preamble of our Constitution, are sacred to all of us. These were the values that guided our freedom struggle. This land and its inhabitants have cherished these ideals from the time immemorial. Justice, liberty, equality and fraternity are perennial principles of our philosophy of life. It is, of course, the task of every generation to seek out the meaning of these values for its times. These key principles should light our path to development.
The President called upon everyone to continue on the path of constitutional morality which Dr. Bhimrao Ambedkar mentioned in his speech to the Constituent Assembly while presenting the draft of the Constitution. The annual event Bharat Parv, celebrating the spirit of India, is been organized from today on a virtual platform www.bharatparv2021.com till 31st of January. Themed pavilions of multiple states and union territories will showcase the tourism destinations, cuisine, handicraft and other features. Lok Sabha Speaker Om Birla will inaugurate Bharat Parv 2021 in the presence of Union Minister for Culture and Tourism, Prahlad Singh Patel. Ministry of Tourism organizes Bharat Parv every year since 2016 in front of the ramparts of the Red Fort on the occasion of the Republic Day celebrations. Information and Broadcasting Ministry and its various media units have geared up for the Bharat Parv. Prasar Bharati has set up its virtual stall which will showcase its efforts towards promoting Ek Bharat, Shresth Bharat. Bureau of Outreach and Communication will focus on the 150th birth anniversary of Mahatma Gandhi.
Prime Minister Narendra Modi has said that climate adaptation is more significant today than ever before and it is a key element of India's developmental efforts. Addressing Climate Adaptation Summit through video conferencing, Mr. Modi said, "We have promised ourselves that we will not just meet our Paris Agreement targets, but exceed them."
We have promised ourselves that we will not just meet our Paris Agreement targets, but exceed them. We will not just arrest environmental degradation, but reverse it. And we will not just create new capacities, but make them an agent for global good. Our action shows our commitment. We are targeting 450 gigawatt of renewable energy capacity by 2030. We are promoting LED lights and saving 38 million tons of carbon dioxide emissions annually. We are going to restore 26 million hectares of degraded land by 2030.
The Prime Minister said Government of India is providing clean cooking fuel to 80 million rural households and connecting 64 million households to piped water supply. He invited leaders to the 3rd International Conference on Disaster Resilient Infrastructure later this year in India. The Prime Minister said India welcomes the Climate Adaptation Summit and applauds the leadership of Prime Minister of the Netherlands, Mark Rutte, towards this cause. The Defence Research Development Organisation, DRDO, has conducted the successful maiden launch of Akash-NG new generation missile from integrated test range off the coast of Odisha yesterday. The surface-to-air missile is meant for use by the Indian Air Force with an aim of intercepting high-maneuvering, low RCS aerial threats. The Ministry of Defence said that the missile intercepted the target with textbook precision. The launch met all the test objectives by performing high maneuvers during the trajectory.
In Gujarat, the fresh cases of COVID-19 are constantly declining. The recovery rate is further improved to 96.64%. Our Ahmedabad correspondent reports that vaccination drives in the state are running smoothly.
13,803 persons were vaccinated in Gujarat yesterday. With this, the total 92,122 persons have received COVID-19 vaccine till now. The state has recorded 390 new cases of COVID-19 during the last 24 hours. 707 patients discharged from the hospitals after recovery during the past 24 hours. At present, total active cases in the state are 4,345, out of which 46 patients are on ventilator. 3 patients died yesterday. Yogesh Pandya, AR News, Ahmedabad.
In Odisha, about 25,000 healthcare workers were given COVID-19 vaccine yesterday in 303 session sites across the state. With this, Odisha has emerged as one of the top 3 states in terms of vaccination coverage. A Bhubaneswar correspondent has filed this report.
While the state has targeted to inoculate more than 192,000 healthcare workers in the first phase, it has already achieved more than 100% vaccination target as revealed through an official release. The state is all set to roll out the second level of the first phase from the 28th of this month till the 10th of February. A total of about 350,000 healthcare workers of the state are queued up for COVID-19 immunization in the initial phases of the nationwide vaccination drive. Girish Chandra Das, AIR News, Bhubaneswar.
In Bihar, 12,075 healthcare workers were vaccinated for COVID-19 during the past 24 hours. With this, 88,207 people have been vaccinated in the state so far. No side effect has been reported from any part of the state. Meanwhile, 2,56,230 patients have so far recovered from the COVID-19 infection in Bihar. The number of active cases of COVID-19 is continuously declining. Currently, 2,265 patients are receiving treatment at various hospitals. In all, 222 patients have recovered in the last 24 hours, while 82 new COVID-19 cases have been reported. COVID-19 recovery rate has improved to 98.56% in Bihar. Over 2,56,000 corona tests have been conducted in the state so far. Kaushambi district of Uttar Pradesh has been declared corona-free. This is the first district of the state where not a single person has the infection of coronavirus. More details from our Lucknow correspondent.
The district reported its first patient on April 5th, 2020, who came from Rajasthan. In last 10 months, 27 people died from the disease and more than 2 lakh persons were tested. From last few weeks, the number of corona patients were decreasing day by day in district, and from 23rd January, there was not a single patient. The recovery rate from COVID infection in a state has further increased to 97.42%. In last 24 hours, only 220 new COVID cases has been surfaced, and the state has currently 6,313 active COVID patients. 456 COVID patients have been discharged yesterday. The vaccination drive will again start on 28th and 29th January and later on 4th and 5th February. Sushil Chandra Tiwari, AIR News, Lucknow.
Now let us take a look at the weather forecast for today. The national capital witnessed moderate fog. The city temperature will hover between 7 and 18 degrees Celsius. Mumbai will have mainly clear sky. Minimum temperature is around 14 degrees Celsius, while maximum is expected to be around 28 degrees. Chennai witnessed fog in the morning and will have partly cloudy sky later. The temperature will vary between 22 and 32 degrees Celsius. In Kolkata, there was fog in the morning and will have mainly clear sky later. The city experienced minimum temperature of around 15 degrees Celsius and a maximum of around 26 degrees. Srinagar will have mainly clear sky. Temperature will hover between -6 and 9 degrees Celsius. Jammu will have mainly clear sky. Minimum temperature was around 6 degrees Celsius, while maximum will be around 22 degrees. Leh will have partly cloudy sky. Minimum temperature was around -6 degrees Celsius, while the maximum will be around 1 degree. Gilgit will experience a partly cloudy sky. The temperature will hover between -6 and 11 degrees Celsius. In Muzaffarabad, there will be mainly clear sky. The temperature will hover between 2 and 18 degrees Celsius. Dehradun had a minimum temperature of around 5 degrees Celsius and will have a maximum of around 22 degrees. The city had fog in the morning and will have mainly clear sky later. Chandigarh had fog in the morning and will have mainly clear sky later. The temperature is likely to hover between 10 and 19 degrees Celsius. Hyderabad will have partly cloudy sky with temperature hovering between 18 degrees Celsius and 32 degrees. Ahmedabad will have a clear sky. Minimum temperature was around 13 degrees Celsius, while maximum will be around 26 degrees. In Patna, there was fog in the morning and will have mainly clear sky later. The temperature will move between 12 and 21 degrees Celsius. And in Guwahati, fog occurred in the early morning. Minimum temperature was around 11 degrees Celsius, while the maximum will be around 26 degrees.
And now an overview of today's newspapers. India to exhibit military might at Republic Day parade, leads the Statesman. The paper writes that 32 tableaux to depict nation's cultural heritage. Shinzo Abe, S.P. Balasubramaniam, Paswan among Padma Award winners, informs the Asian Age. Committed to farmers' welfare, says President, states the Tribune. President reaches out to farmers on Republic Day, states the Indian Express. The Pioneer, quoting the Prime Minister Narendra Modi, says, National Voters' Day occasion to appreciate Election Commission's remarkable contribution. Indian PLA soldiers clashed in North Sikkim on January 20th. Army leads the Times of India. Over half of Delhi likely exposed to SARS-CoV-2, suggests Sero survey, reports the Hindustan Times. And finally, Election Commission rolls out e-voter cards. Well, the Statesman reports that the Election Commission on Monday rolled out the electronic version of the voters' photo identity card, which can be stored on the mobile phones and downloaded on personal computers.
And now, before we end the bulletin, the headlines once again. Nation celebrates 72nd Republic Day today to showcase its military might and cultural diversity at Rajpath in the national capital. Padma Awards announced for 119 people. Playback singer S.P. Balasubramaniam gets Padma Vibhushan. Former Union Minister Ram Vilas Paswan, Padma Bhushan posthumously. Former Japanese Prime Minister Shinzo Abe selected for Padma Vibhushan. Government announces 455 gallantry awards and defense decorations. Galwan Valley hero Colonel Santosh Babu gets Mahavir Chakra posthumously. Prime Minister Narendra Modi says climate adaptation is more important today than ever before. And Bharat Parv, celebrating the spirit of India, opens this evening on a virtual platform. And with that, we end the morning news. Have a nice day.